I've been experimenting with AI to transform lengthy podcast episodes into short, snackable clips, and it's become surprisingly fast. What used to take me a full-time commitment, I can now manage in less than an hour. Here is a quick demonstration so you can immediately grasp the quality of the final output. The resulting voices sound incredibly human, the pacing is tight, and the captions make them instantly ready for platforms like Shorts or Reels. But before you assume this process is pure magic, we must acknowledge that these AI models are trained on massive, real-world human datasets. Because of that training, they can sometimes inherit inherent biases or just make strangely unpredictable choices. Every element you heard, the voices, the potential avatars, and the final edits, was generated using various AI tools stitched together. The real catch is that managing all those separate steps manually can still seriously drag down your production speed. So today I want to show you a much smoother, leaner pipeline to go from one long episode to a batch of viral shorts with minimal friction. The method I now use pairs a few excellent niche tools with one central platform that dramatically cuts down on the repetitive manual tasks. The very first step used to involve getting the core audio, which could mean synthesizing a full conversation between two AI voices. People often use text-to-speech tools to generate that realistic-sounding dialogue by simply pasting in source material. It is genuinely impressive how you paste text, wait a moment, and receive back a convincing back-and-forth conversation. The immediate challenge after that is that your single audio export contains both speakers mixed together on the same track. If your chosen avatar tool only accepts single speaker clips, you are immediately forced into the next manual chore, splitting the track. Furthermore, if your initial recording exceeds 10 minutes, many avatar or editor tools mandate you chunk it into smaller uploads, creating more slicing work. Next, most creators desire realistic on-screen human faces, often turning to popular avatar generation software for consistency. These tools are fantastic for maintaining a uniform presenter look across all your clips because the lip syncing is usually top-notch. However, this often means dealing with strict upload length caps, limits on avatar usage per video, and lengthy rendering times. You quickly end up juggling 3 or even 4 completely separate subscriptions and tool-specific workflows. While that segmented approach technically works, it remains exceptionally clunky and inefficient for scaling content. This friction is precisely why I've started recommending a platform called Vizard to my creator friends casually. Vizard doesn't try to replace every single specialized tool, but it absolutely nails the hardest part of repurposing long-form content. It automatically identifies the most engaging moments, edits them into vertical-friendly clips, adds captions, and helps you schedule everything centrally. Let me walk you through my much smoother step-by-step process now and explain why it saves so much time. The first action is simply dragging and dropping your single long recording, whether it's a raw video or a live stream replay, directly into Vizard. You completely bypass the need to pre-split audio tracks or manually create separate scenes before starting the clipping process. Next, you let the platform analyze the entire episode using smart highlight detection for high engagement moments. The algorithm is specifically tuned for shareability, meaning it tends to pick out punchy one-liners and strong opinion moments. It then proposes a ready-made list of candidate clips based on its scan of the whole recording. The platform will then automatically trim, reframe for vertical viewing, add captions, and apply your chosen style template. With just one click, you can generate 8 to 12 ready-to-post shorts, all maintaining your consistent channel vibe. Unlike spending hours dragging clips on a timeline, you can now preview each suggestion and make micro-edits in mere seconds. This lightning-fast user interface focuses only on those small, high-impact edits creators truly care about for polish. The final part I love is the auto-schedule feature, where you set your posting frequency and Vizard queues everything up. You manage your entire content calendar right inside the same application, eliminating the need for a separate scheduling tool. If you need to batch release an entire week's worth of content derived from one episode, this makes it simple. Now, I must admit there are still valid reasons to use specialized tools like advanced avatar creators. If you absolutely require hyper-realistic avatars that must look exactly the same across thousands of clips, those dedicated platforms are still top tier. If you need to synthesize entirely new dialogue from scratch based on a prompt, some voice LMs are currently unbeatable for that specific task. The crucial difference is that those tools are best utilized when they feed into a broader, efficient pipeline like Vizard. Vizard's massive advantage comes from eliminating the heavy lifting involved in formatting, captioning, and scheduling all your discovered moments. Consider the time saved. Manually chopping, captioning, and exporting 10 clips from an hour-long video used to take many hours. With this streamlined system, that entire task is now realistically completed in about 30 to 60 minutes. Another pain point solved is consistency. Separate apps lead to wildly inconsistent font styles and varying aspect ratios between clips. Vizard locks everything into uniformity by automatically applying your chosen templates across every single clip generated from that source. The complexity and cost of subscribing to 3 different platforms for editing and scheduling just melt away when you consolidate. Vizard unifies the entire core creation and distribution workflow into one manageable application. Crucially, standard clip makers don't inherently optimize for virality, but Vizard's Clip Scorer ranks moments specifically by their predicted shareability. This scoring feature lets you immediately focus your limited time on the candidates most likely to perform well on social feeds. Even if you create a synthetic voice track or render an AI avatar separately, Vizard seamlessly accepts those external assets as imports. You are never locked into a single ecosystem. You just avoid splitting your essential steps across a dozen different tools. For a recent interview, I uploaded 11 minutes of raw footage, and it immediately delivered 10 clips flagged as highly shareable. I quickly skimmed them, made minor caption adjustments, added a couple of custom thumbnails, and scheduled all 5 posts for the week. The total time spent on that batch was undeniably under an hour, a massive contrast to my previous afternoon of context switching. If you worry about losing creative input, rest assured this is guided automation, not some inflexible black box operation. It offers suggestions and automates the boring parts, but you retain the power to fine-tune every single output clip. Changing a cut point, rewording a caption, or swapping a frame for a custom image is straightforward and quick within the editor. If you prefer a raw, unpolished aesthetic, that look is absolutely achievable by simply ignoring the template options. Here are a few quick professional tips to push your results even higher once you start using the system. First, cleaner source audio always helps, because the engine performs best when it doesn't have to decipher overlapping speech. Whenever possible, utilize chapter markers from your source file, as Vizard uses those timestamps as extra context for highlight detection. Establish 2 or 3 caption styles and thumbnail looks that fit your brand, and reuse those templates diligently for brand recognition. Ultimately, Vizard takes the cumbersome process of juggling multiple services and simplifies that entire creation chain for you. It is not a miracle that completely replaces every other piece of software, but it automates the bulk of the work automatically. This frees you up to spend your remaining time focusing purely on the creative polish that truly matters. If you are ready to try this approach, just drop your long episode into Vizard and let it begin scanning for the best content. You should end up with a folder full of ready-to-post clips and a content calendar that required almost no manual setup. That brings us to the end of this rundown on mastering short-form repurposing. Remember, the slick clip we started with was produced using this exact streamlined workflow. I've placed links to all the tools mentioned in the description for further exploration. Check out those niche voice synthesis tools if you enjoy generating entirely new dialogue, or look into avatar platforms if that's your preference. However, Vizard is the one platform I rely on to build a truly scalable content engine directly from existing long-form video. Catch you in the next video, and please let me know if you want a live demonstration of batching an entire month of shorts at once.